testing the video signal live. So welcome, Nui Nation. It is Tuesday night, and of course, we're live here at the head office in Salt Lake City. It's a great night. We're going to be sharing a lot of different things with you tonight. Great, again, just a great update. We appreciate all of you attending and finding out what's really going on here at the Nui Nation. Let me just get this slide to pop up here. Jim, we're ready to get started tonight?
Let's do it. Right. Welcome, everybody. We had a great week. A lot of leadership conversations. A lot of firsts. The first week that you're going to go through this, but the first week we've returned on the Premier Server X program. A lot of new things, and we're very excited about what this call is going to be. I think this call case is going to put it in context. Right. In other words, what to expect from here. Every week, you can notice that we're getting closer and closer and closer to a semblance of order, a consistency, and then the next thing is an offer. And it's so fun because Kinsey is working on branding of all the products, and when you look at the Nui umbrella of all the, it's pretty amazing.
It's actually beautiful. It's really beautiful what these guys are doing. Let's just go through the agenda real quick here. Tonight we're going to be introducing you to something called the Keystone process. Then we're going to be talking about an update regarding our founders, Richard Smith and Troy Molstein. And of course, we're going to talk about a whole new concept called coin collecting. And then we'll talk about the one pager, of course, which we shared last week. And then we'll just obviously do a quick update. So Jim, why don't we jump into it tonight and really get into the Keystone process and talk about why this came about and what's going on.
So everybody, there's a tendency in network marketing, direct sales to embellish. It always doesn't seem good enough, you know what I'm saying? So it's got to be bigger, better, faster, quicker. And when you're dealing in finances, especially, that it's never good, but you get a little bit more leeway when it's a shampoo, a toothpaste, to make your teeth 10 times whiter for a buck. Then there's it. When you're in this arena, especially in cryptocurrency with compliance, the messages have to be clear. And they have to be compliant, and they have to run through a process. And we came up with the Keystone process, and here you'll see, and we're going to talk about that. If you don't hear it from us that has been through this Keystone, then I wouldn't recommend using it. I wouldn't do it because I don't care who it comes from. I mean, when you think of even Darren, the CEO and the owner of the company, is in this process. We were talking about something new, and Darren walks out and says, let's get this approved through the Keystone process because it makes it safe. And there's a lot of people, a lot of eyes participating on it. So basically, you want me to go through it, Casey?
Yeah, please.
So basically, you can look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's the process. And the process is basically when anything, a new product, an announcement, a change, anything comes in, it has to go into that number one spot. It goes into queue. Then Reed, Darren, and Jim are the ones who actually look at it. The only reason Casey's not on the net because he's often in Toronto, so I'm here most of the time. And then we find the flaws. Once we say this is a good concept, a good idea, we find the flaws. We say, can we do it? And then, Casey joins that team, and so does John, who is
fact find.
Right. So he's like, put some holes in this, and then we take it to corporate. And that's one of the most important to Kinsey, Curtis, Hiro, because then we got to say, is this realistic? What are our timelines? Can we do it? What's the delivery date? Can we pay compensation? Does it make sense? And then it goes to implementation.
Because one thing that's something in the theory, it's another thing, can we execute? And how does it execute through the process?
Well, and I'm going to share something that is really profound. When it goes to the number 5, which is the Keystone approval, that's Darren, Reed, Jim, Casey, and then your corporate entities, the C positions. And then it goes to a Keystone messaging, and that messaging will go to the field advisory council first, and then to the field. Now, why is this so important? Okay, why is this so important? Well, because it's cryptocurrency, and because you're dealing with people's money is very important. Number one. The number 2 is there is a great chance of loss if you message incorrectly. Elon Musk just went through it.
Oh, right.
I mean, Elon Musk literally came out of he lost his chairmanship position. He was fined millions of dollars, $20 or $40 million, because he made an announcement that wasn't correct. It was in process. And what happens in our situation when we're talking about offers, when we're talking about ROIs, when we're talking about returns, when we're talking about any products that's on the deck, if they're not there and you're using it to enroll, you're using it to encourage for people to get in, not a good thing. So if it doesn't go through this process, I mean, you don't hear it from a Keystone leader or a Keystone process, I wouldn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, I think there's a tendency to want to be excited. You know, Jim, in the success of most networkers, there's something called brightness of future. And a lot of us that are senior in the industry, 30 years, it's like you want to cast future brightness. Say, isn't this going to be amazing? And there's a very fine line between embellishment of something that might be true and the actual truth. And we're all about brightness of future, but based on some facts. And one of the things that we're very proud of here at the Nui Nation call on Tuesday nights is that we only tell you what we really have. Yeah. I mean, if you saw all the stuff that's on the whiteboard, you'd be like, oh my God, these guys
are. These would be 4-hour calls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But what it is that's actually the job of the executive team, that's the corporate staff. That's what our job is to kind of vent all these things and say, how can the field feel this and experience it? So I'm very grateful for this process. You can see there's 2 parts. One, of course, is the field itself. And then there's actually a corporate structure that comes down through, which you can see customer service, marketing, dev, and then it all eventually gets down to the field again. So we're grateful for all of you. We apologize if in the past maybe things have come out early or said through different staff or team members or individuals a part of that. Just be clear that we can't do much about the past, but we sure hope we can do a lot about the future. And that's kind of where we're going from there. So let's jump on to the next thing. And again, let's talk about just the positive. Like, I can't tell you how excited I am. First of all, when Jim and I arrived here at Nui, way back in March. Oh my goodness gracious. And I remember meeting Richard and Troy for the first time. It was like, you know, Richard, the ball of energy. And I was just like, and just so much wisdom, many years of experience. Same with Troy. Troy, a solid, salt of the earth guy, just loves to help the average person, make sure everyone's being successful. And one of the things that's great is they were tasked with what we'll call extra projects to make Nui even better. And we've arrived at a very special time. And that special time is that it's necessary for them to kind of exit Nui corporate in order to be able to execute the projects that they've been dedicating their life to for the last 6 to 9 months. So when we came, we knew of these kind of projects that were coming on, but we also knew that there was it's a little bit of a fuzzy line. Yeah. So what is happening, and this shows you how far Nui has come along, is that Richard and Troy have actually, in fact, their party is tomorrow. We're actually having it here in the corporate office. So we're going to obviously share all of our love with him, and them, et cetera. But they are going to become third-party vendors to Nui Social. And some of you are familiar with some of the projects that Richard and Troy are working on, one specifically being something called the Vault, that Jim and I really don't know a lot about. And we did so with specificity. We said it's probably best that we don't have a lot of information about it. That way we can't trip and actually say stuff. It's like, oh yeah, isn't this great? Isn't that great? Well, the truth is because we really didn't know how close it was to landing and quote unquote getting through the Keystone process.
And it's in process, but it's not in Keystone process.
Right. Yeah. So
it's not even prepared enough to get to the number 1 circle for us to review it.
Exactly. That's why. And I just want to make sure everybody gets the second point, which is in order for them to be able to operate 100% clean. And as you know, this is a very compliant, there are a lot of eyes watching us as a company. We need to be 100% independent, arm's length, separate agreements, completely separate from Nui corporate. And they physically, due to the compliance laws, they have to get up and get rid of their offices to go to another location because there can be no cooperation of data, information exchanging. And that's what makes it, I got to tell you, when we actually heard the news, because we just heard it last week, it was like, oh my goodness, well, we realized it's like, oh, if they have to exit, that means we're even closer to some of their big projects. So
it wasn't a surprise.
No, we knew that was a strategy.
With Richard's strategy and market making and doing everything he's got. So the thing is that the twofold point, we're very excited that they're going to be in that kind of partnership with Nui there. And we're also very excited to give you an idea that if it doesn't come through the Keystone process, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't bank on it. When it gets in that process and we approve it and Darren approves it, Reed's approves it, corporate approves it, and we hand it out, it's ready to go.
So thank you to them. And of course, we're going to be sharing all of our love with them tomorrow. And of course, our appreciation for them.
We're going to have cake. We're having cake.
Yeah, we're having cake. Okay. Let's talk about, this is a big concept. We can kind of drop in it a little bit here and there. There's just such a powerful vision that, like, and this is a culmination of, like, we've been here for what, 6 months now, right? And slowly we've been watching this ship turn. And, you know, Jim came up with the concept. He says, you know, at the end of the day, we're coin collectors. So Jim, share that.
Well, here's the thing. What is that, a new program? No, it's mining. It's mining. It's mining. It's all it is mining. It's what the 3-year contract is. It's what Server X is. But the value of it is you're collecting coins. You know, when you look at network marketing as a whole, it's usually a drink, flush, spit, or pour. It's a consumable. It's a disposable. And here, you're collecting valuable things. The case is going to go through this. So what's so beautiful about that, at the end of the day, he who has the biggest, most coins, the most blocks on Compchain and the most coins is going to win. And that's what we're doing. We're steering everything into the coin collector design, which is just mining phrased differently. But we're going to capture it. We're going to own it. And it's going to be our hashtag.
So one of the things that people sometimes ask is, they say, well, you know, why would I use your service when I can just go buy a Bitcoin? And I'll just use that as a cryptocurrency, right? And the truth is that you could, and then it has a fixed value, and it would just sit there, right? And then whenever you choose to sell that coin, whatever that is, whatever point you pick in time for that, that's its exchange value. So if you buy something for $1,000 and it's now $1,100, you made $100. So let's talk about the concept of what Nui is going to be as a go-forward strategy. Like, what's the vision, Nui? Well, our goal for all of you is everything blockchain. So at the macro level, anything to do with blockchain, we're going to have a piece of it, right? We want to introduce it. We want to be your education source. We want to be your product source. We want to be your crypto source. We want to be in all verticals of blockchain. So, and we've got 3 products there right now, right? Education, Compchain, of course, crypto mining. So let's talk about this for a second. The concept of collecting kind of works like the dollar. So if you pick up dollars, then you follow forex exchanging, US dollar, British pound, you know, European euros. They are always moving. They're moving up and down. And they trade against each other. When you buy a US dollar against a British pound, you're waiting for strategic time for it to assess its value. So it's what they call, obviously the strike point. So whenever you strike the execution of that, that's the exchange value. So when we talk about the idea of collecting coins and cryptocurrency, I want to use a commodity like gold or silver or platinum to kind of give you a sense of it. So let's say, for example, you get this bar of gold. You can go down you can go down the street and you can get an ounce of gold right now. And let's just say they sell it to you for $1,000. Whatever you paid for that ounce of gold, in this case, we use a $1,000 example, that's the cost of it. But all you're doing is you're waiting for that point where it to go up or to go down. But like, what's going to happen is your experience, your return on the investment is based on when you execute. So whatever you bought it for, it goes up. If it goes to $1,200, you make $200. If it goes to $800, you lose $200. That's kind of like a fixed asset. Why collecting coins? Well, because the way this works is that up front, you don't get an ounce of gold, you get a gram. You get 1 gram, 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams, and eventually you end up with an ounce, and then an ounce plus a gram, and an ounce plus 2 grams. And people say to me, oh, I get it. So it's not just getting 1 block of gold, it's actually getting grams of gold that never stop gramming you. I just made that up. But it's constantly going up. So when we talk to people about what Nui as a coin collector is that what we're going to do is we're going to put you into a system where your hash power is just going to keep giving you grams of coin, right? Over and over. Well, and then it'll grow and it'll continue to grow. Now, depending on when your strike point is, when do you want to sell, Jim? Or when are you? If you're in crisis, you may have to sell below what you got it for. And if the market goes down, well, then that's part of the risk. On the other side of it, if it goes up, well, then that's your multiple. So, I think all of us are focused on the brightness of future. But the bottom line is you're going to see us trying to build all kinds of cryptocurrency basis way. So there are over 30 major currencies in the world. Interestingly enough, in cryptocurrency, there's over 30 major coins. So there's over
almost 1,600.
Yeah, actually I checked it today. 1,796
coins on
the
market. Right?
Yeah, if you go to coincompare.com, so cryptocompare.com. And so what we're sharing with you is that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, those are like the top 5, just like the US dollar, the British pound, and the euros. Those are the top 5, right? In our case, we have so much success in trading in the lower sections, which is the 5 to the 30th coins. And that's where Servex programs come in. That's where the future, hopefully, of Kala goes. That's where Vertcoin is, et cetera. So
it's exciting.
Yeah. So what we're really sharing with you is that join us in the journey of everything blockchain, focusing on being a coin collector. Yeah. So, and remember that you're not getting an ounce of gold, you're getting a gram of gold week after week after week after week after week. And eventually, obviously, it goes past the original, contribution to something larger and continues to scale on. So hope that helps.
Yep, absolutely.
Well,
it's almost like, do you want an egg or you want a chicken?
Yeah.
So our process is we're going to give you a lot of eggs because we have the chicken. You're buying the production rate, a part of the production rate of the chicken.
We come up with weird examples.
Yeah, that was yours. I stole that one for you.
Excellent. So let's talk about why last week was such an important week when we talked about the one pager, because our goal is a simple one pager that explains it all. And that's, of course, what you can see here. Nui's product offer, and in order of progression being in its value, is that really we're introducing this because we have a video we're going to share from Compchain. But the bottom line is this, is that, obviously all of you that have been historically with us in Legacy are very familiar with Core. Core is a concept that will actually find its path as we continue to move through some of the product offers that we're coming to. Of course, Core offers are all the original trials and memberships and some of the programs that you did when you were working with your phone. Nui Education is a part of that. So what we did, we said, we'll keep Core over here. We'll wait for it to come around as we continue to grow call-in and the market can kind of make the Core product move. The second thing is that we realize that if everything is blockchain, we need to be an educational organization.
Bleeding edge. I mean, we need to be on the cusp of that, because that's the whole stall of here. It's not the energy to be involved. It's not the earnestness to be involved. It's the understanding to be involved. Right. I don't understand, therefore I don't. Right. But if I understand, I do. And that's where the education. And what's so cool about this, when you look at our education, you look at what Kinsey and all the marketing department, education department put together over 70 videos now, Case. There's 70 that are world class. Yep. Like we've been in production, we've owned production companies and they're good stuff. And that's going to be a core part of the message. So what I'm going to say to you too, when Casey puts all those things up on the line and everything else, we're not that far away from combining that into a marketable package that you're going to have some amazing growth as far as acquisition of customers, acquisition of members, collections of coins, knowledge of education. It is coming together very, very fast. Very fast. In fact, you can expect that, again, I put only 40 there, but obviously there's more. This product here is a product that's just a very special product. And inside the Nui offer, to be a part of Compchain is to be a part of blockchain. And it's so funny because we've been meeting people and sharing this with them. And at first they kind of look at us because they really don't understand blockchain. Then all of a sudden it's that magic moment. They're like, whoa, like this is a big deal. Let's say why. Because if I would hear that, I'd be like, well, I don't get it. So I almost would feel stupid if I heard that. But let me tell you why they get it. Because if you're brand new and you've never built a direct sales, it might be a little more of nice. Right. If you're medium and you built some things and you might have had people go to somewhere else or did something else and you kind of lost everything. You lost your investment of time, of relationship. You're going to go, that's interesting. If you're a leader and have built a substantial organization, maybe even around the world, and it was gone in moments, you're like, this is a dream come true. And that's actually, what we're experiencing now, where some more senior leaders are going, wait a second, this will solve all of my historic problems. But here's what I say to new people. So it's like Grandpa here saying, we walked up and we walked to school both ways, uphill, in the snow, no shoes. Because, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people, if we had on the block, would be. So you don't have to go through that, but your task is to be a zealot about it. Right. We only did, if you only did Nui with blockchain, with Compchain, if you only did whatever you did with Compchain, you'd never lose it. You'd have it forever. And that's it.
For those that actually signed up in Wake Up Now and Divvy and had those organizations with 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 people in your network, like this is your dream. So let me just share with you that there's a new explainer video, and we're going to jump into it here. This is the new generic version. Now, we just played this for the staff here. Darren was here, and he's like, oh my God, this is amazing. We have a Nui version, and feel free to pass it out. But in my opinion, I think some of the biggest opportunities that exist right now is to reach out to people that are not currently a part of your Nui network. You know that they're networkers, maybe they're in another company or some other system, and they don't get it. But this video can help them get it. And so we're going to play it for you now, and you'll get a chance to see it here. And just think about some people that you may know that, gosh, if they watch this video, it could be a game changer for them. So let's go. Let's see what it says.
What if you could have complete ownership of your downline, prove the size and activity of your team, or enjoy accurate commissions guaranteed? And what if you could build your network once and have it live on forever? Welcome to Compchain, the world's first blockchain created specifically for networking. What is...
Sorry, do it again.
My bad.
Compchain. Compchain gives members a place to safely and securely store their personal networks, like LinkedIn or Google. But unlike LinkedIn or Google, for the first time ever, these networks will be stored using revolutionary blockchain technology. Blockchain is designed to make information completely secure, transparent, and decentralized, giving each user the ownership and autonomy they deserve. Build your front line on Compchain's unilevel structure to an infinite width and depth. Then, lock it in for life with unalterable blockchain technology. From there, sit back as Compchain continues to evolve and offer new opportunities to you as one of its earliest adopters. What are the benefits of Compchain? Your network is yours. No matter the status of your company or government regulation, your network lives on in an immutable blockchain that can never be altered or shut down. Transparent commissions. Compchain displays all commissions in a completely transparent environment, so you can be sure you're earning every commission every time. Build one and you're done. With Compchain, you'll only need to build your network once, then present it with any unique opportunities, products, or applications you see fit, so you can make money your way. Verification from A to Z. Let Compchain verify everything from your personal contacts to their activity, and even the product offerings you choose to share. Your personal contacts can't be stolen, switched, or removed from your network. In addition to these benefits, you can also earn a $20 direct referrer commission for everyone you refer to Compchain. The future of Compchain involves a three-phase integration, with each phase offering deeper opportunity for the entrepreneur. Phase 1. Join it. With a simple one-time purchase, validate your identity, buy your Compchain block, and gain full access to the Compchain software. Phase 2. Own it. Purchase a node for full access to your personal blockchain data and a complete, unalterable record of your downline. Phase 3. Monetize it. Monetize your network as product providers and distributors give you exclusive access to sell their products to your network. How to take advantage of this opportunity. Using a unique invitation code, a one-time $100 purchase pays for the service to validate your identity and record it on a blockchain, access to the Compchain network, and a secure block of your own. The opportunity to own the entire history and data of your block in the future, including the chance to monetize it. Now is your chance to get in at the top before this revolutionary technology changes the world. To join, please contact the person who shared this video with you.
Wow, excellent. I just love that. I think that's just an exceptional product and an amazing video. I actually wonder, I'm excited to hear what the field experience is, sending it out to people that are not a part of Nui, saying, listen, you're not a part of Nui, don't worry about it. You can just
that's the beauty, guys. And I want you guys to understand that whoever's on this call right now, if you understand the power, they don't have to join Nui to be in your blog. Get that right now. That you could have people in 10 other companies securing their network that don't have to shift, that are not in jeopardy of losing anything. But when they get their blog in, they're still part of your blog. this is so unique and so bizarre all over the world. It's like, okay, this is sick. Because in the day of, my product's better than your product, my product returns more than your, it's gone. Yeah. Now it's our technology of blockchain. You own it, first to market. It's a scramble.
It's actually a land grab.
Yes.
It's like there's only so much, really. I mean, there's only so many people. So the first person to get it out to senior networkers is going to be very, very successful.
Yep.
That is going to be available either later tonight or tomorrow morning. That video will be available on the blog, so you'll be able to get it. And as you know, here's the one pager. I deeply appreciate it. It's that some people like to watch a video. Some people like to have some follow-up information. This is your follow-up information. So you send them video. Here's a PDF. This kind of explains it, backs it up. And again, the goal here is just to get people familiar with the whole power of what a blockchain can mean in the networking space. So, yeah, great stuff. And of course, that's just one product offer at Nui. Of course, as you guys know, Mintage Mining speaks for itself. We have, of course, the mining products themselves. We have the different memberships. And for that, we're really grateful. Jim, we're excited about what's coming in the next few weeks. I'll let you share.
So remember, the Keystone process is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, when you get it, you can do it. You can do it. You can use it. We've got a process in that is going to be offering in the coin collecting to Nui Legacy. It's going to be offered to everybody, and it's going to be a price point that everybody can participate in. You're going to love it, LOVE, love it, because it's actually amazing. And it was so fun to have Dave come into the office and brainstorm with us with a true network marketing product, not just a consumer product, but something that pays you not only in rewards and coin collecting, but in rewards if you build a team. 3 is free type of thing. And it's very exciting.
And again, we mentioned it last week, it was coming. This is kind of the process of it. Sometimes if we go too fast, we push it out, and then we find out all the pieces that are working on it. Right now, we're in the Keystone process. It began several weeks ago. It came up as a concept. We did a hard meeting. We looked at the facts. We did a group of deliverables. Reed's out doing his thing. Dave's out doing his thing. The team's out doing their thing, figuring out how to make this work. And, we've got some pretty powerful things coming up. Again, we will not promote to you something until it's complete, and then we're going to walk you through the timeline to get you there. So, but we do want to let you know there is a new Mintage Mining.
So the whole code is it done yet? Is it 6 yet? Is it 6? Right. Is it 6? Because 6 we announce it, right?
Oh,
that's 6, right. And then we start to announce it to the FAC. Yeah. So is it 6 yet? Not yet. Not yet. What can you say about it? Nothing. All right.
Excellent. So thank you so much. And that's obviously brings us to Kala itself. Kala mining rigs, I have to tell you, we've actually had more sales of Kala rig this last week than we had almost for the past month. We had people walk in by 20s, 28. We said multiple. I went order for 28 rigs. They bought 28 rigs at $4,000. I mean, it was like, okay. And when investors start walking through the front door, knocking on the front desk, we're like, what's happening out there on the street? And what we realize is that Kala makes sense. People who study cryptocurrencies as a profession, and they're hearing about Kala, they're like, wait a second. You guys have got Compchain, you've got Mintage Mining, you've got all these pieces. You built an ecosystem. You have hundreds of thousands of people that have access to this. It's like, okay, we better be paying attention. Yeah. And we have people flying from around the world.
Yeah. No, it's sick. Yeah, it's sick with no K, like SIC, no K. I texted Darren one time, that's sick with a K. He says there's no K in that, Jim. So I'm sorry. Sick, that sick means good. But no, I mean, think about it, 20. Yeah,
I know. There's some serious people. I mean, you have people come from halfway across the world to say, okay, tell us why this is the place to put our resources. And
when you track it, when you give them logical information, processes, and a tracking like you would track the top 5, like Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash and all those Litecoin, it tracks amazingly. Doesn't mean it's going to hit those things. Doesn't mean it's going to take. There's no guarantee.
No guarantees.
But if it's not tracking there's probably a guarantee that it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. So, and as you remember, the team put together the 5 reasons to actually get a Kala rig. Again, hope you've downloaded this PDF. It's available in the blog section. The product speaks for itself. For anybody who's had a Kala rig, and we were on today with Tom, and he's just like, oh, God, like this thing's kicking. It makes a lot of Kala. It's like, yes, it does. So, and the returns are quite spectacular. So our favorite product, obviously, ServerX. We're just really grateful for the fact that this product is helping people. We have people get their first Zcash this past week and some super big things happening. Of course, we have a very unique offer right now, and we're just going to share it with you because it popped up. This is one of those moments where
This is a hey guy moment.
Yeah. So if I were to take you to the high level, so at a macro view, we as a company are looking for two things. Number one, offers that are in blockchain, number one. And number two, that are just special. They're unique. They're not just like everyone else can get them. And when we partnered up with Dave, and he says the ServerX program is basically, there's manufacturer companies that, and by the way, why do we use the word server? So when manufacturers are making industrial grade miners, not home miners, but industrial grade, they use a 19-inch rack mount that's a rack mount server grade. So it actually is different than a traditional miner. The industrial ones use a 19-inch server rack, standard 19-inch rack mate. And so when Dave came in and he says, well, their industrial versions are coming in, there's a special program here. That's where we came up with the name ServerX. And then he said, well, how good is this? And they said, well, he went through the explanation and he said, quite honestly, it's like these kind of pop up in random. Yeah. So like Jim just said, it's like
it's a hey guy call. It's a hey guy. Hey guys. So we're projecting like our next offering in ServerX is going to be on the 15th.
Yes.
And we kind of know what that is. But when he's bumping and just doing all this stuff, he's like, hey guys, you got to hear this. So what we do is we're going to share it with everybody. Now here's what I promise you. A lot of people on the call are saying there's a lot of moving parts. By next week, we're going to start condensing the moving parts, putting it into an action steps on how you can make money doing this. Right. I know we're announcing still, but this is a very big thing. There's an offering right now that you can participate in Vertcoin if you want to. Where do they go for that, Case?
Well, the only people who can participate in ServerX are premiers. Okay. So they have to, and next week we're going to be making an announcement about Premier. So there'll be some things coming up. It's we're right in the process. I think that's step 5. In the process, but next week you can anticipate there'll be an update on the Premier program. But bottom line is that these type of products are available in the Premier space, and again, we're just grateful for it. So these are the one pagers. Please download it. You can follow along. We do it every week. Obviously, everything you need to know about what's real in real time is available at the number one resource for Nui, which of course is our blogs, and that's where you're going to get the video tomorrow morning. The one-sheeters are always in the back there, and again, you can always go to the back office of Nui's social and get your stuff.
So if I were to say, what's your call to action right now? What can you earn income on? What is the go-to? Well, it's all about acquiring members and customers, okay? And the biggest thing we have right now is Compchain and blockchain. When you get to handle that video, we'll put a message out where you can get that video. I just go through your list of everybody in direct sales, and it's generic. It doesn't say anything about Nui, and just jack it because you will get a response because there's so much. What is this? It's just like, I don't get it. And then they get it. Yeah. And you talk about lighting a fire and doing something viral. Right now, everything we have is in Compchain. And then next week, we'll start putting all the products together. Hopefully by that time, we'll be in stage 6 of the other offerings. And then we'll just go to town. Then it's just built.
Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Great night tonight. And again, we always appreciate you taking our Nui Nation calls.
Yo.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
We're going to ship there. Thanks, guys.